Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I have a special guest, and this special guest is Darlene Anderson. Darlene, welcome.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, Darlene does a lot of the camera, taking the videos, not all of them, but some of them. She will be the camera person. You'll see her name there, camera person Darlene Anderson. And so she's going to be making something. This is one of her favorite dishes. She's going to tell you what it is. What is it, Darlene?
It is a broccoli salad, and it is very simple to make. Not only that, it's delicious.
Delicious. All right. Well, we're going to look forward to it. She's going to tell us what the ingredients are, and we're going to start right now. All right, Darlene.
Okay.
Shall we go?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Darlene, what's the first ingredient?
First thing I do is a cup of mayonnaise. And I'm going to put that cup of mayonnaise right in here in this dish. And then 1/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar.
This is really easy, isn't it?
Very easy.
As long as you have all of your ingredients prepared.
Right. And 1 cup of raisins.
Go. 1 cup. Was that 1 cup of raisins?
It was 1 cup of raisins.
Okay.
I mix it all
We're
together.
going to mix that all in.
Yes.
So you've got raisins, you've got your mayo, and you've got, did you put the vinegar in there?
Yes.
And the sugar.
1 tablespoon of vinegar, apple cider vinegar. Okay. And once that's mixed up, I usually set it in the fridge. But today we'll just set it aside right here, and we'll start with the other ingredients that we're going to need. And they will be, first of all, I want a 1/2 cup of green onions. And what I like to do is wash my green onions, slice them up, and cut them fairly small like that. Easy to do, and it adds nice flavor to the salad.
And how much green onion? You may have said it and I didn't hear it.
It is a 1/2 cup.
Because I'm trying to operate the camera this time. Switching positions.
1/2 cup of green onions.
Okay.
And next, I want a 1/2 cup of celery. I don't like the celery too large, and so I'll give you an idea of how I cut them. And with a nice pair of scissors, and the celery's already about the right size, it's really very simple to do.
Okay. Now this is something that is really good at a holiday, isn't it?
Yes.
Like,
actually, Bob, anytime. It is very nutritious. Broccoli is good for all of us. And instead of cooking it all the time, it's nice to have it fixed up and nice and cold.
okay.
And very good. So I like to cut my celery pretty small also.
Okay. Now we've got all of the ingredients ready to go. And now what?
Except I would like to show you how I cut my broccoli.
Okay.
No, not my broccoli. Yes, my broccoli. Yes, I went to sleep there for a moment, but it's broccoli.
Okay.
Okay.
Broccoli.
Yes.
We know it's broccoli.
First, I like to take the stem and use it as well. So I cut that fairly small also. But then I like to take the floret and break it up. I have found that if the floret is broken up nice and small, instead of leaving it large, like one of these, it just mixes better with the dressing when we put it on.
Good. Okay. And we have the dressing already made.
Yes, we do.
And we've got to add everything all at once when you get through
Correct.
with the broccoli, correct?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes, Bob. So see, it's just as simple as pulling this apart. You can do it with a knife if you want. Works pretty good for me to just pull it apart like this, but whatever works for
Okay.
you. Okay.
And this is really fast once you get all these ingredients. You cut the celery, cut it all up, cut how much of that did you say?
1 cup.
1 cup of celery. Then we go to the scallions. How much is it of that?
Half a cup.
Half a cup of that. We've got the bacon laid out. We're going to cook that for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. We've got bacon that we've cut up. We already showed you that part where we put it in the oven. And by the way, you can take bacon so it doesn't splash like if you put it in a pan, it's splashing all over the place. You can take it and lay it on a pan, put it in the oven, what temperature?
400 degrees.
400 degrees.
For 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yes.
Leave it in there and it will cook. Won't splatter. I don't think, right?
And, no, that is correct. And it stays flat. It doesn't curl up.
Stays flat. That's a key thing right there.
Nice.
Stays flat. So after that was done, after the bacon was cooked, let it cool down. And then Darlene has cut it all up into pieces. It's cold because you don't want to necessarily put hot in this salad, I don't think. Although that might taste good too. But anyway, it's cold and we're going to show you in a second what she's going to do. Next.
Now,
what's next?
I'm going to take this large pan right here.
Okay.
I'm going to dump everything in it because it's going to be easier to mix it up in this large pan.
Okay.
And so here we have our broccoli.
Okay.
Now I got a larger pan, so it will be easier to mix. I put my broccoli in. Now I'm going to put in my half cup green onions. And then I will put in a cup of celery that's been diced up.
Celery. All right, there we go. And everything is going into the pot or the container all at one time, right?
Yes. And now I'm putting in, I have baked about 6 slices of bacon. So after it's nice and cold and I cut it up like that, and then we want slivered almonds, and I just take my hand in the bag and get a nice handful, 2 of the slivered almonds.
Now that we have taken all of the ingredients and put them into this container, what's next, Darlene?
Now I'm going to take the dressing that I made first thing, and we're going to put it right in here on top. And I will take the spatula, get it all out of this bowl. And now I will mix.
So we mix that all together. This is why it's so simple, because it's the ingredients, they're all cut up and all cut up pretty small.
Yes.
And it's all poured into the pan or placed or dumped, however you want to phrase it, into the pan. And your dressing you've already made now, and we're mixing it up. And that's about all there's going to be, isn't
You're
there?
right.
Do we put salt and pepper and all that?
No, we do not.
No?
No. And there's something else I wanted to say. I've made the salad quite often, and people will always say, "Oh, Darlene, this is so good." Now that's nice to hear. But when they say, "We would love the recipe," that tells me they really did like it.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that helps. Yes, I think you'll enjoy it. It's easy to make. It's just delicious for lunch, dinner, guests, whatever. When it's all mixed up, we are ready to go.
And tomorrow, Darlene is having company. She's having relatives come over. And it will be like daughters and son-in-laws and cousins
from Montana.
From Montana, which is where Darlene and her family is from. And they're going to be coming over on Sunday, which is actually 2 days from today.
Yes.
I'll just edit that out, no problem.
Okay.
Now, Darlene, we were actually filming this in Oregon. Darlene lives in Oregon, and she lives in Gresham, Oregon. You want to tell about that and where you're from?
Okay. I'm from Hardin, Montana. I left when it was time for college, never really went back other than to visit a lot of family there. And from Eugene, that's where I went to college. When we finished with college, I ended up in Washington, lived in Washington for 48 years. 6 years ago, I then moved to Gresham because I have 2 daughters and husbands who live here, and grandchildren, 5 of them, and they all live really close to me. It's very nice. I get to see them often, love to fix breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever they would like. And it's nice to have family close.
Yes, it is. And occasionally, like I had mentioned, Darlene does some of the filming. And we have filmed in Florida, we filmed in Southern California and Oregon. Not sure if we filmed it in Montana. She doesn't do all the filming, it's just occasionally, but quite a lot of them. And so here we are, and we're going to finish up with this. She's going to explain what's next, and let's get started on that.
Okay.
Okay, what's next?
You see, it's all mixed up now in this big container, but now I feel it's going to be a whole lot better by putting it into a nice, lovely crystal. Okay. Anyway, I think that it's going to taste a whole lot better and look a whole lot better in this lovely crystal bowl instead of what I mixed it in. And I think when I'm all done here, you're going to think the same. Okay, I think I've gotten all of that out of there.
And that looks very nice, very nice. And that'll be delicious when your company arrives, and they can try this as well as they'll have other things.
Yes.
Snacks to eat, that type of thing.
Yes, they will.
All right, that concludes the broccoli salad that Darlene Anderson has made. I want to thank her for joining me on this. Instead of being at the other end of the camera, she's in front of the camera, which is great. Did a good job, but Darlene, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for joining us. I hope that you will check the subscribe button, the like button, and join me on the next video. Have a great day. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.